career mode, people. And yeah, that is the big question at the moment. I get so many messages of people asking me, you know, Eddie, how do you do so many career modes? How do you get so enthusiastic about career mode? And how, you know, do you continue career modes for longer on points? I'm going to go for a few suggestions on what I personally do to carry on with longer term career modes, and also kind of keep the fun up and things you should avoid to keep it probably more entertaining. So we're going to go for the first thing to begin with. I think honestly one of the most key things is after we finish the first season, the second season, I would say avoid free agent signings, because for me it really does taint the experience for me and the love, you know, of using teams. Let's say, for example, you know, you use to get a relatively good championship team. I should charge my controller right there. But Fulham, for example, right, Fulham, you get them promoted to the Premier League, and then you end up signing, you know, like 11 full first team free agents, or 7 first team free agents that are all like 80 rated with higher potential to like 90, and youth academy players that are on there to 84. I would say maybe try and keep like a rating limit around your team. So maybe in the championship, maybe have like a max rating your player can only go max 78 or 77, you know, and if they go higher than that, you potentially might have to sell them on unless you get promoted within that season. So maybe set yourself challenges like that, you know, to obviously keep, you know, maybe the chance. You don't want to be in the championship and have like a team full of like 80 rated and 82 rated, you know, players. So I feel like it would just taint, you know, the love for career mode. Another thing that I do for every single career mode, I like to set a challenge. For example, at the moment we are doing a Reading career mode on the channel, and I'm doing a policy which Reading are doing a bit in real life, a bit of a similar to, you know, like I said, you know, financial difficulties, not spending much money. Basically, what I sell is like, and I basically get half it, and I have to bring that in, for example. So teams like Reading are in that situation. Derby County are in a bit more of an extreme situation where, like I said, you probably have to, you know, kind of like sell a load of players and bring in frees and loans and stuff like that. Another thing which I do very rarely in career mode, because another thing which I don't like is pre-contract. Pre-contract is maybe 1 or 2, but I feel like if you go and sign 7 of the best pre-contract players, you know, it obviously is, you know, very, kind of like ruins it in a bit, you know, like, see, because nobody does that in real life. Like I said, you only got like one like you might have 1 or 2 happen, but like to bring in 6 or 5, that's a lot. I'm going to just take a random team at the moment and show you guys how I would usually start up a career mode and what I would usually do. So we're always going to pick Brighton. We'll pick Brighton, okay. So what I would usually do, legendary difficulty, obviously, but it depends on your guys' difficulties. I always put negotiate on strictness, obviously, because it does sometimes happen in real life. It's obviously very unreal. It doesn't happen a lot where you have like another team's rivals join the other team rivals. And I believe, if I'm not too sure, this might affect, you know, like other teams as well. So like, so you don't really see, like, for example, Raheem Sterling moving to Manchester United or something like that. It's not my job of this is a personal preference for me, you know, I don't think it matters too much. Being stats job offers, I would disable, because I personally enjoy it. Financial takeover, I would say never do a financial takeover, people, you know, unless you're obviously doing Newcastle or something, or a team which you think has got a bit of an unrealistic-ish budget. You know, I would say try and use the budget you've got and use it wisely. Transfer window, you know, like I said, I would obviously enable that, but, you know, like I said, maybe have a look, you know, before, you know, before you start the cream of the team sheet. Like, do you want any signings? Do you need any signings? You know, so that's a complete choice. Obviously, you know, you're obviously going to have different things. So I'll show you guys, I'll cut this bit out and show you guys very quick how I would usually start it up. Another thing which I don't usually do, because I think the prize money tournament are a little bit ridiculous. Like I said, you know, you don't want to, like, I like a challenging career mode, so I obviously, you know, want a bit of a low budget when you use the players which we got. I would say ignore the international, you know, like tournaments and all that. I think another key thing, there seems to be, you're more likely to get sacked this season, so I would have a look at the board objectives. So obviously, you know, like for example, you know, it's obviously going to be different from everyone else. But obviously, finish Mutel, reach on a 16 stage. Obviously, doing a club like Brighton, you probably won't get sacked no matter realistically where you finish. So that should make you feel a little bit more comfortable about, you know, where you guys will finish. Another thing which I would suggest is the Scout Future Star, people. It is a very difficult one, isn't it, with the Scout Future Star? Like I said, you start off with, like, even in the Championship time, you've got a 71 rated player. I sometimes, usually for the bigger career modes, I usually keep the Scout Future Star. But for the smaller career modes, I usually, you know, I usually keep this, for the bigger career mode, sorry, I usually keep the Scout Future. For the smaller ones, I usually release or sell potentially, you know, if I feel like the club should have more money. So I don't really use this Scout Future Star. I'm not saying don't use the Youth Academy. Do use the Youth Academy, but I feel like this is a really meta, you know, player potentially have. But then again, it does happen. Another thing I would look at is the squad. Have obviously look through the players that you guys have all got and look see what they're losing in real life. So obviously, you know, for example, you got Brighton here, 3 goalkeepers. Do you look at it? Do you need 3 goalkeepers necessarily? Do you need another goalkeeper? No, you've got 2 very good young goalkeepers, Jason Steele. Maybe sell him or loan him out. But another thing which I feel like is nothing. I know this might sound mad, but like my dad isn't the best FIFA player, or the best FIFA player than that. But the best advice he ever given me is it worth selling him? That's the question. Is it worth like selling Jason Steele? You know, for like 400k and a weekly wage of 8k. Is that really going to help you? Probably not, probably not really. So you might as well just keep him for a third choice, to be honest with you. You know, to be honest, you got a lot of good loan players out as well. Make sure you do look for the loan players. Another thing is, don't recall loan players, or unless I feel like it's in the January transfer window, I just feel like it's highly unrealistic to recall loan players. It rarely happens in real life, to be honest with you. Rarely happens, so I feel like I would try and keep, you know, the majority of your players out on loan. I would also have a look at the formation, look at the position, look at the teams, you know, that would obviously fit their best positions. So the players that would fit in quite perfectly. Remember, Lamptey at right wing, no. So like I said, you look at this, boom, and then obviously you look at this, right mid. They need a right mid, you know, Brighton, you know, so maybe have a look at that. You know, this really helps. Just take a little bit of a second, look for the team, and also prioritise your targets as well, and keep the wage budget similar. You know, because like I said, for example, if you start like a Championship career mode, and let's say you look at a load of players on like 10k or something like that, you know, try not to sign a player which is on like 25k, 30k. Don't do that. Try and keep the wage budget similar. And that is also how you could potentially get sacked. Obviously, it would set player unrest, you know, and stuff like that. So obviously, try and keep the wage budget. And also, don't sign players for the sake of it. Like I said, if you're happy with the squad, you're happy with the squad. You know, like I said, if you only make 1 signing or no signings, do that. You know, obviously, only make 1 or 2 signings if you need to be. If you want to make a load of signings, do that. But I think that's very rare as well. But then again, sometimes it does happen. I would say try to use the players, try and use the squad. You know, implement your own tactics, formations, and all stuff like that. And yeah, I mean that's what I would suggest. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Actually, another quick thing before we end, people. Sorry about this. Training. You guys probably all know, by the way, when you're a quick trick for training, honestly, just play all the drills. And then, you know, after when you get, like, A's and all of them, just simulate it, you know, as well. So, that's what I would suggest. And also, in terms of development plans, make sure you be very careful. Don't just whack, you know, any development plans on. For example, let's go and have a look at Neil Maupay, for example. I think he's the perfect... You know, like, he's the perfect example. So you look at his card. Okay, not too bad. 7-7 pace, 7-7 shooting, 3-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, medium work rates. You look at his stats, like what one would suit him best. You look at poacher or target man. Let's face it, Neil Maupay isn't a target man. He's not the tallest of players. So, and then you'd go for poacher to upgrade a bit more of his pace and upgrade his attacking work rate, upgrade his stamina, reactions, and shooting ability. So I would suggest doing this, Josh. I think this would probably be the best idea to do. So, yeah, I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please do make sure to drop a like, and very much appreciated. And do subscribe if you guys are newbie. Yeah, thank you all for watching. Take care, people, and speak to you soon. See ya.